Yo, what's poppin' everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Zach Lesage here. Today we're going to be covering over Roaring Moon EX. Now this is a deck that's really been taking the internet by storm in the past few weeks, but has it got better? I've been scrolling through X and I was able to look at Brandon Bond's winning list from one of his League Cups. He's added Pokémon Catcher into the deck, and I think that might take Ross Cawthon's build over the moon. If you're excited for this video as much as I am, be sure to check it out. Let's jump into the deck list. Here we have it, Pokemon TCG's favorite deck, Roaring Moon EX. It's aggressive, you can knock out anything, and you can accelerate a bunch of energies. It's an awesome looking deck list. I've been playing it online for the past few days, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. If I was attending any regionals in this format, I'd probably want to play this deck. There's something that really pulls me towards playing this deck. I do have the copy and pastable version in the description of this video, so be sure to check that out. And if you're missing any of the cards for this deck, be sure to check our sponsors in the description, Kayfabe, PTCGL Store, Atlas Collectibles, and you can grab any of the cards you need from there, and there's some discounts there too. Let's jump into the strategy of this thing. The strategy of this deck is to decide, are we going to knock out our opponent's Pokemon if they have a large amount of HP, like Charizard EX, any VMAX, whatever, or are we able to get by doing 220 damage with its other attack because we're either able to discard a Stadium from play, or we do double damage because we're against a Mew VMAX, or we don't need to OHK ourselves to achieve the knockout. We have this two-pronged strategy, and it really works on we're probably knocking out whatever we want, at least the options there. In order to take away some of that extra damage, we can give ourselves more HP with Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, or we can heal ourselves with Emergency Jelly. Galarian Moltres allows us to take some pressure off of Professor Sada's Vitality, because we have too much energy acceleration in other lists that we've seen around when Paradox Rift was first released. We can now move energies with Energy Switch over to our Pokemon, and with that extra space we can add Professor's Research, which allows us to have more of a robust draw, which can maybe even draw into something like Pokemon Catcher, so we can maybe get lucky with a coin flip and knock out our opponent's active Pokemon. We have cards like Mew EX and Radiant Greninja that allow us to soft draw through our deck or discard energies, so we're able to get off Dark Patch, get out of a tough situation. Squawkabilly allows us to kind of go all in, rip through our hand, discard some energies, but we really want to make sure we're using that as an opportune time on the first turn if possible. Morpeko is our flex attacker and free retreater, and it generally works out if we want to attack a single prize card Pokemon, we'd rather attack them with a Morpeko 70 and move the energies to somewhere else. The deck's functioning between attaching energies with Professor Sada's Vitality, Dark Patch, Galarian Moltres, or Energy Switch, or just manually attaching our energies. And we have a few cards that might disrupt our opponent, like Judge or Iono, but those are really just in case we need to refresh our hands, or if we have everything. It's not bad to ever get your opponent down to where they are Iono to 2 or something like that. We can discard a lot of cards with Ultra Ball, Earthen Vessel, Trekking Shoes, PokéStop. So we have a lot of really cool options when it comes to playing this deck, and I think that it's going to generally work out well overall. We're just kind of super consistent, super aggressive, but we have that hybrid where we could kind of take it a step back from these other Roaring Moons and properly analyze our board, knocking out a lot of Pokemon EX and 2-prizers in general. A lot of cool stuff going on here. I'm really excited about it. So let's take Roaring Moon to some PTCG Live gameplay. So we're going to go ahead and call the coin flip. Fingers crossed that we get tails. That means we're going to go second, which means we don't want to go first, we want to go second. We can attack on our first turn of the game. So you'll notice that some aggressive decks, or some decks that want to play supporters, want to get set up. And you want to know what? That's not the best hand in the world, but we're going to start with Morpeko, and we'll see what our opponent does. No reason for us to put the Roaring Moon down. Based off the coin that I think I saw them have, it looks like they are... looks like they're playing Roaring Moon as well, if I had a hunch. Hopefully we're able just to go turn 1, Calamity Storm or Frenzied Gouging on a 2-prize card Pokemon. That's the dream here, and as much as we're going to rip some resources, we'll see what we're able to top deck. You never know when we're going to get a Battle VIP Pass or something else. Oh, we're playing against Arc Gigas. This could actually be kind of good. Hopefully we don't get Path to the Peak turn 1, but it's not like we have any abilities right now. Looks like we're playing against some kind of Lost Zone box deck. Honestly, kind of wild in. Lots of path decks on the ladder, and these Battle VIP Pass would have been sick, but that's okay. We're going to go Battle VIP Pass, search our deck for a Radiant Greninja, and I'm also just going to grab the Squawkabilly. Like, let's prepare ourselves for if we find a PokéStop. I think those are really the more important cards that we're looking for. You want to know what? I'm probably going to go grab Galarian Moltres and Squawkabilly, just in case I get Forest Sealstone or Town Store. Do we have it? Yeah, we have both. We did prize a PokéStop, so it might be a little bit tough. What I'm going to do here is actually... Do I want to? I think we're going to get another one, so I'm just going to pitch this hand away. And I'm glad we grabbed the Forest Sealstone, because that would have been absolutely terrible. So let's go Forest Sealstone, goes on here. We're going to go for the Roaring Moon going down. Let's go for the Star Alchemy here. And we're just going to search our deck for a PokéStop. That's going to allow us to get the abilities. I can't believe I clicked PokéStop while I was searching. Let's go ahead, PokéStop this up. That allows us to have our abilities. We have 2 on our discard pile. Let's get one on here first. Typically, I like to use Dire Flame Wings at the end of the turn, but we're going to go ahead and Energy Switch over to our Roaring Moon. And I'm going to go for an Ancient Booster Energy Capsule on there. Do I want to knock out the Cramorant? Honestly, I might. We'll find out real quick. I think what I want to do is try to knock it out. So let's go Pokemon Catcher, see if we get it. No, that's fine. Like, knocking out a 2-prizer is good, but I just think that it's one of those things. I don't want them to come after me with anything else. Let's go Dark. Maybe it's better to knock out the Regigigas. So I'll attach the Dark there, because if we just get a Dark Patch, or we get... I think we're really just looking for a Dark Patch. So let's go Squawk and Seize, pitch this hand away. And that is not a Dark Patch. I'm going to pitch some other cards here, so we have a pretty good chance of getting other things. And let's go for PokéStop, hoping that we're able to get a Dark Patch here. So let's go PokéStop. That is not a Dark Patch. That's kind of tough for us, to be honest. Doesn't really give us much room to work with. And sometimes you can miss when it comes to playing this deck. It's not always going to get the turn 1. But the fact that we're almost there is really cool too. There's no way for us to draw anything else. Is there anything else we could put back into our deck? Maybe I just want to go for a Sada and a Boss. So let's go ahead and put... maybe Sada Research is fine. I'm fine with those. I'm going to leave this up in the active spot, and I'm going to go ahead and pass my turn. I don't think it matters whatever they do there. So yeah, we'll just go ahead here and pass. We can always knock out this Regigigas V next turn. It doesn't really matter because we can always go Frenzied Gouging. It doesn't matter. We'll still get 2 prize cards. So there's our opponent's Colress. That's cool. And I guess we'll see how they play this out. Regigigas V-Star might be kind of interesting. I honestly haven't played against too much Lost Zone box decks that have played it, but I have seen some on Play Limitless that have been cooking with this card. So it could be pretty cool. So it sucks when you miss the turn 1 knockout, but that's going to be how it's going to be with this new Ancient Booster Energy Capsule build. We are set up for success next turn, and the fact that we got Path turn 1 really made some icky things for us, because we could have got a little bit better. We had to risk it. Our opponent only got a Switch. That's still fine for us. The fact that it's double Gigas at least gives us some opportunities that maybe there's some more 2 prize card Pokemon that our opponent are playing, and we are ready to cook next turn. Cook being we're attacking our opponent's Pokemon very quickly, over and over again. So let's see how it plays out. Honestly, that Cramorant's looking a little bit terrifying. I also just don't know what Regigigas V Star is going to be doing to a Roaring Moon. I think it does 230. So if they build it up very quickly with Mirage Gate, it might be something that I'm worried about a little bit. Since they can't get the knockout, really, I'm going to go ahead and send up Squawkabilly. Even if they just hit with the Cramorant, I'm okay. They might just hit Hammer in. We could still maybe go Switch Cart Attack. So I'm not sure what our opponent's entirely going to do here. We'll have to see how they play it out every single turn. Okay. So during your turn, your opponent has 1 prize card remaining. You may choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. They discard that Pokemon and all cards attached to it. Okay, they are swinging. So So let's send up Morpeko. I wish I had another single prize card Pokemon down, but honestly, not much else that I can do. See what we top deck here. Ancient Booster, totally not bad. I think our best case scenario here is just to go ahead and rip the stop again. Hopefully we can get something good here. There's that Dark Patch that we were so looking for previously. Do I care about Path? Honestly, probably not. Let's use Ultra Ball, discarding a Town Store. I don't know if I need the Switch Cart. I might want to keep the Pokemon Catcher, just in case. I'm probably going to just discard, you want to know what, I'm going to discard this. I think those two sound really good. Let's grab a Radiant Greninja. We're going to go ahead and try to draw some more cards. I think that sounds really good. So we can start building up this Galarian Moltres. And there's not really too much else that I want to be doing. I want to attach here for our turn. I want to go Energy Booster Capsule. I want to build up an energy here. And I'm also going to go Dark Patch on the other one. I think that sounds really good. So we're pretty much ready. Now, we're likely going to just get knocked out to a Cramorant. That's the part that's going to be really tough because our opponent's going to be able to attack us really, really, really aggressively. 230. Yeah, so you want to know what? Really not much else that we can be doing here. The Emergency Jelly would have been kind of cool because we would have been 200. We would have been at 80. There's only so much that we can do, so maybe Emergency Jelly is a little bit better, but there it was in our prize cards. Maybe we'll be able to kind of take control of the game after this, because we could also just like rip our opponent with Iono, maybe Judge. We have a few opportunities here, but that turn 2 Gigas, I wasn't expecting it on the Squawk. I really wish I sent up the other Roaring Moon. Not that I think it would have been like super impactful, but like our opponent's just kind of going crazy with their Lost Zone deck. So we'll see if we have a little bit of wiggle room here to maybe like jump back into the game. I'm gonna send Morpeko up here. And okay, there's Sada's. I don't know if I want to necessarily do Sada's right now. I probably just want to go ahead and see what Trekking Shoes gives us. I want to see what we can get. Can we thin our hand down a little bit? Honestly, I don't know if we can too much. We could play down 1, 2, like we could play down a handful of cards. I don't know if I care about the Mew here. I really just want to try to find something else. 5. I don't want, like, I'll see what Concealed Cards gets us. I don't really want to pitch away the Dark, but there's a Dark Energy. I think what we're really forced to do here is just attack into our opponent's Pokemon with maybe the Morpeko. So let's see if we can get Dark Patch, Energy Switch, or something like that. Like, let's go ahead. Maybe we'll get, I think what I have to do here is go Retreat, send this up. I have to go Dark Patch onto the Morpeko. I have to go ahead and go Energy Switch from Galarian Moltres over here. We can now go ahead and go Escape Rope, and I can start powering up other things too. I think that might be our best opportunity, and maybe we'll go for an Iono for 1 the following turns. Like, I just don't want to really risk the PokéStop right now, because that could be quite risky for us. Emergency Jelly, I don't think it really matters if I attach that to anyone. I think what I'll do is just like leave this hand as is. I'll still build the Dire Flame Wings up, and we'll go ahead and I don't know who I really, maybe I'll go ahead and do this. I'm just gonna pitch those 2 away. Let's grab another Roaring Moon. Like, you can see that like we have the Judge. Maybe we'll get Iono off our prize cards. That'd be kind of cool. And let's put Emergency Jelly here. We're gonna go ahead and Energizer Wheel and totally go knockout on our opponent's active. Rip these 2 energies there, and I'm feeling kind of good about whatever's happening next. If they just go Cramorant, that'd be awesome, because maybe we could hit them with Judge. It doesn't look like they have too much going on here, because they only played the 1 Colress. So we'll have to see whatever our opponent decides to do this upcoming turn. So we have some cool things that we can do, right? Like, if they attack into us, maybe Emergency Jelly would be really cool. Maybe Oh, Elekid. Interesting. Elekid's kind of cool when we hit for 230. I'm not entirely sure what's going to matter too much. Okay. Well, they can't really do too much, just like hurt our hand at this point. Oh, they're just gonna spit. Got it. Well, I definitely am gonna just go Earthen Vessel, pitching away an Ultra Ball. And I think we're in a spot where we're forced to use PokéStop because there's really not too much else that we can do. Really limited cards left in our deck. So let's go ahead and use PokéStop. Okay, Energy Switch was quite good. That allows us to go ahead and go Dire Flame Wings. We can go ahead and Energy Switch from our active to our Roaring Moon. I'm a Switch Cart here into this Pokemon, and I'm going to discard their PokéStop, and we're going to see how it goes for next turn. So we're able to keep up with our opponent's deck so far, yes. And if they don't get another Pokemon down, we're just okay, like we're chilling again. Maybe it's Iono? Iono would be so good. I think this card's really funny if you use Frenzied Gouging. It gives you free retreat, and you can just go 30 snipe however you want. Our opponent having 4 in the Lost Zone, they might not have access to too much stuff, so if they're just going to retreat... Okay, so this gets them to 7. If they don't do anything to like win the game this turn, we do have an opportunity to go knock out Iono, which sounds really good. We're not ahead on prize cards, so they can't counter Catcher. They don't have a way to Sableye win the game this turn. Did not even know Regenerative Energy was in the format. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so that brings them to 6. This brings them to 7. So if they have anything that's like really scary for us to deal with, Mirage Gate's totally going to be the play. We'll send up a single prize card Pokemon. This has free retreat, so I'd like to send that up. I hope that they just don't have something like Iron Hands EX or anything else like that. Crackling Shot brings the Moltres down to where they can hit it with a Sableye. So to me, that's really like something to worry about. What I want to do here is go Pokemon Catcher, bring up their Comfey. So the Pokemon Catcher is kind of clutch here, and we can knock that out no matter what we have here. So what I want to do is actually just go ahead and Iono. So our opponent's going to be put down all these cards to 2. We're taking away their flower selecting, and if they just don't draw very well, we just win the game. We're going to go ahead, retreat here. I might as well get an extra energy with Dire Flame Wings. If our opponent does not get Sableye, 3 in the Lost Zone, Snipe, we are chilling, and we're just going to go Calamity Storm. We are ready and willing to see how it goes. I mean, we are super close to just winning this game. We have an energy. We can retreat any of our other Pokemon. We have Frenzied Gouging live. Are we going to be able to take it? I'm like out here like Colress off the Iono to 2. Come on. Don't get it. Okay, they don't need Colress. They don't need Pokegear. Nothing else. Come on. Yes! Crackling Shot! We take the dub. We are just going to hit them with the Frenzied Gouging. Don't concede. But we take it. We tuck it. We got it. Let's go. So even though we missed the turn 1 Roaring Moon in that game, we were able to bring it back with some of the other tools that this deck had, such as having the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, such as attacking with the Morpeko, such as hitting our opponent with the Iono. It wasn't necessarily the best game of Roaring Moon that I had, but if I showed every single time where I turn 1 cooked my opponent, this video would have been done maybe 10 minutes ago, right? Like, I wanted to really show a good game. I recorded a bunch, and the funny story is, I was in the process. I just bought a new SUV, so I'm super excited about it. Maybe I'll announce it on Twitter soon. Maybe I won't. You know what I'm saying? Like, just life stuff, really good stuff going on in my life. I got a call when I had this amazing game against Gardevoir from my dealership. So I pick up the phone and I'm like, yo. And he's like, you're approved. You're all good. You're all whatever. And I'm like, oh wait, I'm in the middle of recording a video. Ooh, right? Like, it was one of those things where I was like, I'm so happy I got the car, but I'm also like, I lost some really good footage in the process that I just finished while playing. I was finishing on the call and I'm like, blah, 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 playing. I know it's like a little bit of an extra content, but like, that's how I am today. We're gonna be real like that. So that being said, I hope that you enjoyed this game. I thought it was cool against this inventive Lost Zone box deck. Typically, Lost Zone box can be a tough matchup. Regardless of whatever our opponent got set up, they hit us with a turn 2 knockout on our Squawkabilly, so that was cool. And followed up our response knockout. Like, drawing 4 prize cards in 3 turns is very good. Anyways, so this is sick. Check it out in the description. Shout out Brandon Bond for kind of working on Ross's Cawthon, being a Roaring Moon Demon with the deck in the nicest of ways. And if you need any of the cards for this deck, or you want to bling it up, check out Kayfabe, check out Atlas Collectibles, check out PTCGL Store. We have all of those links available in our description, along with discounts to help support the squad. Want to get more? Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/TSSWin. I've been protecting my decks in these boulders from Ultimate Guard. I use katanas or cortexes for my things. These are fantastic, and they're super, super, super durable. So if you're clumsy like me and you drop these out of your trunk of your car, these will keep your expensive cards protected. So I hope that you pick up some stuff. They are fantastic. Check those out. And if you haven't already, we are so close to 20,000 subscribers. Absolute milestone for the channel. So subscribe if you haven't got a chance to yet. Check to see if you're subscribed. Tell your friends. Subscribe on your other YouTube channel. You know what you're doing. And like this video. Let us know in the comments what kind of content you want to watch. Let us know if you like this list, whatever. We get back to all the comments. So I will stay tuned with all y'all later. Peace out and have a great one. Want to support the Shuffle Squad? Be sure to check out all of our sponsors in the description to pick up Pokemon TCG singles, sealed, and PTCG live codes. Hey trainers, tired of having too many cards lying around? I know that feeling, and I know what a hassle it is to try and sell those cards. But selling bulk is now easier than ever with TCG Bulk. Find tons of potential buyers in a single place. You just download the app, look for the best buyer near you, and carefully pack your bulk, ship it, and you get paid. It really is that simple. Turn the cards you don't want into the cards you absolutely need for your next deck. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.